And greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the stream again. We're back. Continuing what we did last time. Well, I started this engine last time. I think it's about time I actually finished it. So, let's get into it. Righty-ho then. The last time we built this model of Casey Jr. from scratch, and we were in the process of going around all the bits and just adding more detail to them. We went through his drive arms, his boiler, his face, front light, funnel, dome and whistle. We went through his cab. We put his tender together, and we put his front cow catch together. This bit I'm still not happy with, so I'm just going to fix that right now, because it's irritating me somewhat rotten that it's not right. And I don't really know what to do with it. I think I might just curve it slightly, so I'm going to push that back. And then we're just going to do a couple of extrusions. Roughly where it was. I'm going to try and pull in a gentle slope on those and see what it looks like. It might look crap. We shall see. I'm not sure. It's either that or I make it basically how it was. Instead of it just being a sharp box like this, we round the front of it. I'll bring these right up here. We do something a bit more like that. I think it was just the sharp corners that were throwing me off. It didn't look right. I know it's subtle as hell, but that looks better to me. Just taking away this harsh corner. Just looks like it belongs there a little bit more. I'm not sure whether to do the same at the back. Let's just make a quick mock-up and see what it looks like. So I want to keep this width, and we'll go to edge loops. Throw one in there and about there. Whoops. have to mirror the front perfectly. How does that look in comparison to that? Well, that would want to go back a bit further, actually. Yeah, that fits a little better. Because he's very rounded. He's very smooth shaped, so that's got to match, I think. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Right, we'll move on to his drive wheels next, which look rather segmented from here. Probably because I've not smoothed these edges. So we'll pull one out. Okay. Oh, my middle mouse button is playing up again. That's annoying. You need your middle mouse button to move around in Maya. It literally pans your camera like this, but this mouse is getting a little bit old and the middle mouse button really doesn't want to work very much anymore, so it's becoming a bit of a chore at times. Right, let's smooth this out. If we can get it to look a bit nicer than the original. Soften. Bucket load smoother. Right, now I shall bring up my trusty reference material. Okay. So let's make like a recessed area in the center of the disc. Here. Let me just have a look again. Yep. So I'm actually going to make this a little wider. Just a touch. I don't need this actually. Why are you there? Go away. Thank you. Oh, that's the wrong setting. Right, and then we're just gonna pull this in slightly. And then we're gonna push it back. Give us an inside lip. Extrude that again. To where we want his axle. How big do I want the axle? It doesn't have to be too big. But it's cartoony, so follow the rule of last week. Make everything slightly more oversized than it should be. There. Looks a little better. I need to grab all of these inside. Edges. So that I can smooth them. Yes. To about here. These wheels are probably going to... Wheel position is probably going to change in a minute. Oh. I am dropping frames like a madman. What's going off? Oh, okay. We seem to have stabilized. I don't know what was going off there. I apologize. So yeah, this wheel is probably gonna change places slightly. Well, not places, but thickness might change in a minute because I need wheels here and 2 sets under the tender. So depending on what looks right, they might have to stick out a little bit further. I'm gonna have to put in some temporary rails to figure that out, though. Do this so I can line it up. Okay. Yeah, so let's make a temporary rail. A bit thinner than that. Yeah. Why is it so long? There we go. Side view. And we're lining that up with there-ish. Okay, so now I've got a little bit of reference to go off for the rest of the wheels. So they all want to sit on that, so just looking at that, I'm going to pull this bottom of the ender down. Because I think my actual small wheels are basically mimics of these wheels by the look of the drawing. Use the same size axle. Might give them slightly flatter sides. Okay. My frames are dropping again. What's going off? Sorry, hang on. I'm having a bit of issues here and I'm not entirely sure why. Oh, okay. We seem to be back. If it carries on like this, I'll have to stop. Yep, we seem to be alright. Right, so I'm just going to copy this wheel. Basically, I want to keep its shape. I want to keep its shape. I want to keep the axle in the center the same way. I'm losing frames. Yeah, I'm really not sure what's going off. Right. One last attempt at this. So, I want to keep this shape. I want to keep the axle at that size. So, all I'm going to do... That's not going to work, is it? No. What's the best way to do this? Obviously, if I do that, I'm just going to shrink. I mean, I need it to shrink like this, but it's not the right way to do it. Oh, we can work with it, actually. That's fine. So they've all stayed on the same center spline, that's fine. I can just pull that one in. Whoop. Now this shape. Don't... Let's get rid of this curve bit. That loop, yeah. Remove it. Bring this one out. Like that. I need to match this edging, if I can. This is going to distort the wheel slightly, but we'll bring it all back in. Oh, it's hardly done anything. Hardly anything at all. I'm gonna have to... Yeah, I should have done this to begin with. Pull a copy of that wheel out. I can now match thickness. All of this. I'm roughly in that. That needs to go there. And then this wants to be roughly that thing. It doesn't have to be as wide. Exactly. Right, that looks all right. Have I got sizing right? I should put it on the rail so I can actually see. It looks alright from first view there. So I've made it just over half. Yeah, that seems about right to me. And there's two sets of wheels that go onto this tender. This is not going to work at this point. I could just make this wider. Of course I can. What am I thinking? Nothing dictating the width of this yet. Try and get it fairly even on both sides. Closest, damn it, to me. Love it. Right, and I think the front wheels are basically the same diameter, so we'll just copy this. Oh, this part. This is going to take a bit of thinking. How are these going to actually work? Right, so I need some kind of system where these can actually connect to each other now. So I'll mirror these onto the other side. Get rid of these old ones first. Take the rail with it. Then we can just move everything as one. Right. For these rear 8 wheels, you're not really going to see much of an axle. It's just between that little gap there. These ones, you're going to see it the whole width. So, put that in. Center that. Do that. Center it again because I moved it wrong. I imagine this outside bit on this wheel, this ring here, would be a bit of a bushing, so the actual axle itself would be a little thinner. We'll go with that. I don't need the ends. It can just be a hollow tube. I can just do that. Right then. This needs to... I'll save it first. So this axle needs to actually be attached to this front carriage somehow. It'll be easier if I do this. Just do that. So... I know you don't see anything like this in the car, and we're trying to make this up, this bit. So what I might do is like a bracket that comes from about here, and the same distance on this side, and just comes out and wraps around the wheel. So we'll do that. On this one, because it's easier to see. That and that. Okay, so I'm going around an axle, so I'll build off of this. This is where I'm wishing I didn't cut the sides off. God damn it. Actually, I know what I could do. If I flip the normals... Oh, I don't need to. Well, let's leave them on for now. This is the issue you have. I've put two things inside one of each other, and they are exactly the same width. Right. I take that, I can just extrude out another ring. Ah, now the normals are correct. Cool. Don't need to go too big, just enough. Right, let's get rid of these normal lines. We don't need them. Awesome. Make this look like it's actually gonna bear some weight. Have some strength to it. And then... yeah, this would just pivot with this, so it just either wants... There's two ways I could do it. I could pin... basically having two here and attach them up to onto this plate directly above, or I just have one in the center like that, and it connects straight up to this arm. I think I like the idea of it attaching to this. Right, so which faces would do it? Probably that one and that one. Well, that's a pain in the ass to figure out already. Those two. Let's make it a little thinner. A little bit like that as well. They're not going to be in line, I know they're not, from doing that. And that's going to annoy me. I'm going to have to fix it. There we go. Just line them up a little bit. Keep contour. And then we'll just... I pull these out, they're gonna curve, aren't they? Yeah. But if I do this, and they're not, they're gonna come out as straights. Yes. What if I just did that, just for visuals? What would that look like? Doesn't actually look too bad. Let's tidy this up. There's actually an easier way. I could just do that. And then slice off that top part. And if I take this, I can match it to that height exactly. Pull it in. Yeah, that's okay. I like that. Let's get the other one in, see what that looks like. Yeah, why not? Why not indeed? I want to copy these. Well, I don't actually need to copy them, I just need to drag them. They're already centered. I need to snap them into this axle, into the original one, and there we go. Get rid of that mock-up. It's got front wheels attached. Hey, we're all on the rails now. Awesome. Right, let me have a little look at what I wanted to do. So, wheels and small wheels are on. Footplate. I wrote that down for a reason, and I can't remember now. Let me have a look. Ah yeah, I was looking at the images, and what I did last time was I basically matched this floor up to be slightly higher than the tender. But after looking at the actual drawing of the original Case Junior down here, I don't know if you can actually see or if you load up an image to make it a bit easier to see, but just behind the red cab, there is a little tiny bit of a footplate that sticks out, so... pull that back for a minute. And I don't think it's on the same plane as... No, it's not quite. So I'm going to make it in the same plane, but make it slightly thicker. That makes no sense, but... it will in a minute, I promise. Oh... I'm going to make it slightly wider than the cab. And then this is going to come up and match floor. Actually, it doesn't at the moment, but now it does. And then we're going to bring the bottom up, and it's going to be... Ooh, now then. Do I want this wider? Oh, it actually stands on the base. Okay. Ooh, this is where it... So in the actual animation, it's showing that it's in that kind of position. And that it's actually as wide as the footplate. I like it slightly wider. Let's go as wide as the actual inside of the cab. I'm not sure it looks right now. I'm gonna put it slightly back to where I want. I'll go about halfway into there, and then I'm gonna pull that up to match the floor. Switch into this view. That looks a little bit better to me. Like, here's the inside area for the actual driver and the fireman stand on. But then there's like an extra platform here, which also bridges this gap between him and the tender. It doesn't want to come out that far. Oof. Only a little thing. Not sure about this gap, whether it's right or not. I'm not actually sure how these two connect either. I'm gonna leave that for now. But I'm still not happy with the thickness of this. Let me just put it the same height as the cab, see what that looks like. Leave it like that for now. Come back to that another time. If it bugs me too much, that is. We'll see if we can give him some drive arms. So, if we're giving him drive arms, this needs modifying a little bit to have a connection where the arms will actually connect to the wheels. So, looks like the connect as far out as they can. Right. So I want to add a... It would be rounded, of course it would. Ooh. Right. Don't really need much more detail on it than that, because you'd not actually be able to see it very often with it having a drive arm immediately attached to it. This is basically just getting it into size now. A little smaller. Of interest, does 2 of them fit in? Not quite. How now? That's a bit more plausible. Now these obviously have got arms which need to clear the wheels, so I would imagine this would be stuck out of the wheel a little bit like that, so it would not catch it. And then this would be attached to that section. They would be made into one. I could actually weld this in and make it part of this wheel, but it just seems really unnecessary for what it is. All I'm going to do is that. Make sure that's nice and centered so that basically no matter what angle I turn it at, that round part stays on the outside and it's centered around this central spoke. That's okay. I could snap center it, but there's no need. Here they is. Just want them the same width. Get rid of the old one. Right. So, what we'll do now is pick a position for these to be on this side, and then I'll mirror it for the other side. So let's go with... Want it there? He's basically going to have 2 drive arms. So there's going to be this piston has an arm that comes in and out, which will then be connected to either the front or the rear of this arm, and then this arm connects these 2 together, and that's what allows them to go around together. Let's put this side down and the other side up. Don't know why, I just want it that way. And now I actually need to find an image of him online and check whether the drive arm connects to the front or the rear of this axle. I've got a feeling it's the rear. But the image that I've got in this bottom corner I'm working off, this one down here, it's got this engineer stud in front of it, so I can't actually see the drive arm.
Writing's not.
Ooh. The adverts. So it connects to the rear, right? I had a feeling it would, but always double check. So there's a drive arm that comes out of here on a piston. It'll have a what do you call it? A hinge, which will then connect to the rear of this axle, and then there'll be a bar that connects to this one. So what I'm going to do now is make another set of these wheels and just mirror the position. Ooh, no, no, no. There we go. And then I'm gonna mirror those onto the other side. Oh, no. Wrong one. Try again. There you go. Now I've got 2 in this position. And 2 in this lower position. Right, drive arm. I don't think there's anything thick about that. I need that image again. But showing it to just look like a horizontal straight bar like that connects them, that looks boring. We're gonna actually just add a little bit more dimension to it. So let's try. That would be centered onto there. Get a width of what we want. And then I'm going to make another one and snap it to that one. And then all I'm going to do is decide on a thickness. Let's go with that one. And then, whoops, not do that. I'm just gonna pull out like that and have them connect to this one. So make those two the same object. We can go snap, 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 and snap. Now we've got a bit of a square bar with a little bit of extra dimension on each side. So these all want welding. Merge. Double check. Yep, they're welded. Now it wouldn't probably just be a flat bar like this, so let's actually give these end parts a little bit of dimension as well. I'm just going to make them slightly chunkier. And then we'll push that back onto these. Like that. So now he's got a drive bar. Love it. Right. I'm just going to work on this side because then basically I can mirror to this side and just change the angle of arms. Right, his piston is probably not in the right place anymore. Ugh, I was afraid of that. And also these aren't rounded and it's annoying me. Often. Oh. Right, I might have to pull this arm out slightly and change this angle. Because if I bet... let's just do... Let's imagine this was the next arm. It's connected at the rear. Let's move the angle of rotation to there. So then this would be up about here. How long is this bar? Why do I keep deleting that Google Images that I've got open? Stop doing it, you moron. This is the issue, there's so many versions of him. I'm not sure which one to go off, bro. I've been going off Dumbo, so we'll go off that. Right, so his piston, even in this position... You've got it... Basically this connection point here. Coming as far as here. So... I'm going to put that back, and I'm just going to grab this and make it longer. Use this as the guide. And this would come back to about there. How's that look? Bit shorter. Okay. Shorter again, okay. No problem. That's closer, but I'm gonna go nat shorter. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Right. So now what there is there is a hinge that holds onto this, and then that goes into a straight line into the piston. I might as well keep this shape, it fits. So let's copy this. Now this rounded? No, it won't be rounded because of it coming onto this, so it'll be more square. The end is rounded, but I can force that. Oop, that's way too big. Put that on so we can see what we're doing. So it's... Let's center it into this height. Right, so I want to be slightly taller. And then this needs to wrap around this. So let's just get these centered to each other. Then what I can do is put in, well, I can snap these edges so they're now the same width, and then I can take these and extrude them slightly. That gives me the platforms to now extrude out to grab this arm, which are slightly rounded. Oh, I've changed my... What's the best way to do this? I might actually use some cylinders here. Because I could try and mimic it with the square, but I will get it wrong and it won't look right, so... Let's do this. I've got to imagine there's an axle connecting these together. I don't need that. This basically gonna go to here and connect up there. This is gonna go to there and connect there, and then I can just have this center one. I can just go there, but that looks ugly as sin, so I'm just gonna make it wrap around the box. Does it need to be more rounded than this? Slightly, I think. So we'll go and take... Let's save it in case I really naff this up. I can't select anything. No! What's going off? What have I done? I've done something. What have I done? What have I done? I don't know. I'm gonna just reload the file. Nope, there we go. I accidentally switched something on and I don't know what I've done. And I couldn't select anything. Oh well. I fixed it. Fixed is a strong word. Pull these out and try. Yeah, that's a little better. Let's try and get it a nat smoother. No, that's too far. Actually bring this pair out slightly and bridge this gap. Yeah, that's a lot better. Okay, so now we can try and build this. Just gonna snap to that. Snap to that. I'm gonna throw in a... an edge loop. Remove this and this. Nope, nope, that's a harsh edge. There we go, thank you. I didn't copy the shape, did I? Oh, I'm such an idiot. Take it back. Aye vey. I'm not a smart man. Let's that. Okay. Last thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a pin through there, so I know where the pivot point is. On the side. That would be lined up bang on with this. Ooh, come here. Enter to there. Just like that. That pin placement look right on thing? I don't think so. Something is off, and I think it is a fact of these being too far away. It would be more there, and then this as a result. You could slightly more. Could shrink it. That's a bit better to me. Pull this back into about that shape. And then I'm gonna take this, modify center pivot. Push this back to there and get rid of the original. Okay. I made an error. It's not the first time. Right, so what I need to do is this. Would be in line with the center of this. Like that. So literally, the center of this box would be in line with the center of this tube. So now this arm needs to match that as best as I can. Oh boy. Not bloody far off, is it? Let's try and take it by a bit. Oh wow, we're going a lot faster than, a lot further than that. Let's try 61. Too far. I don't have to be bang on, but it'll annoy me if I'm not. That's closest, damn it. I can take these. Oop, not like that. Again, I've been way too precise, yeah, than what I need to be. Because you will never notice. Right. Now, out of the back of this tube. This is where I really needed the center. But again, it doesn't have to be bang on. It's just my OCD going a little nuts. That'll do. Stop messing with it. That'll do. I'm just going to take this. Don't need these faces on the end, on this end, so I've removed them. And I don't need the ones on that end, so I'll remove those as well. And I'm just gonna that up. And that lives in the center of that bar, which I have. And now what this is going to do is show me how far off this cylinder is. So it's that far off. So... oh joy. Let's... now, I've got to move these two together because they're so nicely welded together. So I'm just going to copy them like that. Go into the front and line up where I need to be. I know this is not easy to see again, but... not take a second. Out there? Yeah, that looks close to me. I've really got to stop being this precise. It's annoying. Right, so I've moved that out there so this now doesn't line up. But because I've not rotated it in any way, I could... I need to save. I'm going to start doing this. I could just take this and push it back where it should be, which is there, and then try and smooth out this transition slightly. And generate a brand new curve. Trying to use the existing one as a bit of a guide. Best way this works is if you just give it a go. I'm not going to delete the original because I might need it again if this doesn't work. It's going to look off because this arm's out now. So I'm going to keep that one as well. And then I'm going to put the other one in. Yeah, that's okay. Right, we'll get rid of the originals. In fact, no, I'm going to keep the originals just in case, I don't know. Great, layer from selected. No. Bye-bye. Okay. This needs something now. Not that. Oh, this is deformed. Oh. I did not know. How dare you? Grab that face. I'm just putting in a little steam valve, basically. I feel like it would go into like a little tube like that, which would make sure that it goes horizontal all the time. which doesn't follow on from the cartoon very well because he uses them like actual arms. He's anthropomorphic, so he can like wave and do things like that, but no, we're not doing that. But this one now doesn't match. There we go. And we can save. So there's his drive arms for this side, so now I need to basically take all these parts and mirror them. And match them up to this side. So that shouldn't be too difficult for this arm because it's a case of center it to that and then center it in the middle of the drive prong. I'm having to look through to the other side now, so yep, that's right. Then this goes here, and this is where I find out that this arm is too long, which it is. Shit. Why is this too long? Because if I put this on the front of it now, where it should go, it goes into the piston. God damn it. No, this is what it's for, this is why we figure things out. Right, so what I need to do now is figure out where this should actually be. So I'm going to just duplicate it on top of itself and pull it back about there. Now if I was to put this drive arm here, this wants to rotate. Match that little circle. That is not horribly far off. Oh wow, that's a lot bigger than I thought it was. That's not what she said. Oh, come on. That's better. That would be about there. That's assuming I've put this in the right place. I hope I have. Yes, I have. So that now matches on this side where it should be. So now this arm I need to put back onto the original side and resize this arm to match, now that I've got the correct length. Oh, I was way out. That was even after me saying, oh, I'm gonna make this shorter, I'm gonna make this shorter, a little bit shorter still. I was nowhere near. It would be way over here. Up another 20. There you go. And then I can just pull this. Ooh, what's going off here? Oh, the original arm. Duh. I was confused. That's where his piston arm comes out to. And this side, I imagine it's buried inside. It is. He's an engine now. Right. Save. How does it look outside of wireframe? Ah, yeah. Fabulous. Right. Consult the list. Wheels and small wheels have been done. Drive bar and arms done. Footplate done. Bell. Okay, so he doesn't have a bell in Dumbo, but in... in some of the old, newer things, and he appears in a Walt Disney film. I think it's called The Reluctant Dragon. It's like a big... The film's basically like a walkthrough of Walt Disney Studios back in the 40s. And there's a section in that film, it's actually on YouTube, you can find it. And it's... They go into the sound studio and there's a Casey Jr. film that they're about to put audio to, and you see like the sound engineers making sounds of the steam engine, and he does have a bell in that, and I quite like it. Plus this version down here, this ride version, has a bell on the roof. So, we're going to make one of those. Look. What shape is the mounting? Oh, actually. There it is. So we want to match that. So just so I think I'm nowhere near my original drawings now, am I? Oh, but I can still copy this shape. This is fine. This is fine. I just need shape to make it from. Where the hell is that shape? Oh, there it is. So, it's like a double bracket. Oh, right, I see what it's doing. So it's way thinner. Like an A-frame bracket with curls in it. We'll go to there. This is having to be a little bit of guesswork because I can't fully see it, it's that blurred. But I imagine it's welded about there. I'll take this here. Down. Not the ideal way to make a curl, but I've started now, so I shall finish. Not worried about thickness at the moment, we're just trying to get the shape. Thickness I can worry about in a second. Okay, now we can do thickness. Which... I'm gonna do... probably best like this. It's a bit harsh, that angle. Right. I'm feeling this is really thick. It is. Imagine it'd be something like that. Just like a curved piece of steel. Oop, wrong one. There we go. So this part comes out. This part extrudes upwards to what looks like a ring. So what I need to do now, I think, is to mirror this. Oh, nope. What am I doing? There we go. In line with each other. Certainly are. This one doesn't need that, because it's going to be connected. It'll work better if I recenter the pivot, the edge, then I can snap it so that those two align. This didn't turn out to be a very big gap, did it? Come on, come on, come on. Do it again. Get rid of that one. That's a little better. Back these up. And of course, weld those two, and almost forgot about these. There's internal faces there, we don't want them. Goodbye. So those four on the A-frame part. These four at the top. Merge them together. Check there's no inner vertices. Which there isn't. Excellent. And that's the frame for his bell. It needs a little round part on top of it, so Don't know why I'm doing it on this angle, so I've got to bring it all the way up. Right. This. Now I can center it onto that line. And of course resize it. Might as well go to the width. That's not far off anyway. So this would then go... Actually, does this want some dimensionality to it? I think it does. So this matches this, this matches this, and then the faces fit. Faces. Thank you. Best to do as you're told. And just do that. Going from the top. I might as well round everything off. Off an edge. Right, now this bottom section is just going to weld into this. Because they are the same width. You see, they line up. All I've got to do is remove that face and that face on the bottom of the cylinder. And then on the front. Whoop. These two shapes can become one. We can select all the bottom faces and weld them together. And they're now one. I've just realised something that I needed to do as well. I'm going to go back a few steps. These top faces aren't needed, and they're going to mess up the weld, so... Now these two can go together. Select all joints. Edit. Merge. Aha! Ha 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 ha! Glorious. These are not smooth, and it's annoying! But I don't want all of them. I'm just going to do this. Go and... soften. That's softened that very end piece as well, hasn't it? I think those want to remain hard edges. Yeah, it just looks a little better. Oh, I've missed two edges here. One and this one. Nice smooth piece of metal. This one. And then 1, 2, and 3. Don't want these two. Soften. Sweet! Right. Where does this bell fit? It shows up on this side. It shows up on this schematic here, but it doesn't show up in the front view. That's annoying. Ah! So on this schematic, it's in the centre of the engine. But I'm pretty sure that in the actual design, it's on one side. Or am I wrong there? If it is in the centre, then fair enough. But I kinda like it being to one side. Let's make the bell. I can think about that. So that's going to start life just as a cylinder. There's obviously a crossbar that goes over the top of this bell, which I've not figured out yet, but we'll get there in a minute. Because I assume that the bell is attached to... I don't know if you can see this background image very well. You probably can from here, but move this out of the way. You've got this arm, which actually holds the bell. You've obviously got the bell shape in the background here, and then there's a piece that goes up the centre, which is what the bell's attached to. Now I assume that when you ring the bell, it pulls on this bent arm here that's coming out and makes this whole centre part with the bell swing back and forth, and then this just remains stuck to the cab. So I'm going to need a hinge section in a minute once I've made the bell. We want to go a little bit wider, I think. This top bit I'm not worried about, I can make it perfectly rounded with the dome actually. Whoop. Looks rather like a bell. Ooh, wrong way. There we go. Bring this down slightly. It gives the impression of a curved inside edge. Now we're going to start going back in on itself. Not all the way because you'd never see it, but I know it's there, so it's enough to bug me. And trust me, it would really bug me. Rude. I'm only going to do one more. Again, with it being sat on the roof, you'll never get the angle where you can see in and actually tell. No, I think I might just push this central pivot. Just like that. It gives the impression that it's hollow, but you can't tell because of the angle. Especially if I do this. Oh, that didn't work. How did that not work? How dare you? What? What is happening? I'm telling it to grab all these inside edges and it's not. Why you do this? Why would you do this? Soften, damn it. Thank you. There you go. So, like, that centre part where I push the top up, you can't tell where that is. So you don't... It gives the illusion that it's completely hollow when it really isn't. So, what's the top? I'm going to get rid of the top. And I'm going to make a sphere. Oops, I am miles out here, aren't I? And then I'm just gonna remove the bottom half. Take her up. Then just loosely match. Because hopefully this tolerance should pull it in. You could very slightly see these lines move when I weld it now. Yeah. Very slightly moved. Snap together. Oh, we've got his bell. What a lovely bell. Just going to flatten the top slightly. Just enough. Yeah. Okay. Fabulous. Excellent day! Now then. Let me get rid of... Don't need them yet. Gonna need them again in a minute. Modify center pivot. Right, where is this sitting? Because obviously his roof is sloped, so this arm is going to need to angle and change slightly for the inner section. Trust me to want it to be the most complicated way, but hey ho. Why not? I could just sit that on top and then custom fit this curve. Yeah. It holds it straight, but it obviously follows this contour of it being an angled roof. That's fine. The inside one, however, is a lot different. Basically, it's just going to be the same shape, except what I'm going to have to do... It's probably not too difficult. Basically, that centre portion just comes up. There's less of a gap in this section. It would be that, and then you'd pull these back down. Cool. Right. But before I start faffing with that, this needs to go central in line with these two. I need to come up with this arm that holds the bell. So we want a donut. Thingy, whatever you call it. What's it called? Pipe. That's it. I knew that. Bring back the guide for how thick this wants to be. We'll go with that. Want it too thick, otherwise it's going to look like a bit of an eyesore compared to these delicate arms that are holding it. Whoops. That pops to the other side of my screen. Where am I? There I am. Okay, so this would be in line with this. Obviously it wants to be larger than the bell. It wants to go wider. That's going to distort this angle ever so slightly. It's stretched. This whole bottom half can go away. Oops, wrong way. And that comes straight down like this. Now I can see that I'm off with how central I am. That's okay, because if I do this between the two arms, measuring that little gap there and between that arm, and roughly the same, then I can centre the bell to the centre of that arm. Now it should be roughly in the centre. Very roughly. Definitely isn't this way though. Right. It's the arm thickness, okay. For a bell that size? Yeah. Probably going... Yeah, we'll leave it like that. So this needs to connect to this somehow, so... Just do what I did with the drive arm on the wheels. And another little cylinder on the inside. Whoops. Whoops. Get it centered. Now usually I would weld this to the arm like this, but because it's on the center and I'm having it a lot smaller, I think I can get away with not needing to do that. I'm just gonna slightly bigger. That's wider. That arm virtually is the same width. Like if I connect this arm and this arm together, you've got all these edge loops I've got to worry about. I don't think you really need it, because it's not a major piece that's always in view. It's just a little circle stuck on the front, stuck on the inside of another piece, so it's fine where it is, honestly. There. Am I off on this side? No, I'm right. I'm off here. That's what's throwing me off. There we go. The bell itself would actually be attached, of course. So we'll just take that central ring. Right, what I'm going to do is take both. Top two. Take it straight out at a little angle. And then we'll go straight up from there. Just adds, like, this bar that I'm putting in is welded to the actual top of the bell. Like that. Now, does it stick out the top? Of course it does. This connection at the top is ugly. I don't like it. I really don't like that. You've got these nice connections here, and then you've just got that attached. No, not having that. Not having that one bit. So, I'm going to steal one of these. Oops. Rotate it 90. Nope, nope. There we go. That's a little more aesthetically pleasing. Yes. Something needs to go on top of here, but I don't know what. What does the original have? Just like a cap. It's like... off. It's like... basically like that. Like a screwed on cap or crushed cap from the weld process, I don't know. Oh, nope, wrong button. I want to soften it. Yeah. Okay. Right, so there's an arm that is actually pulled on by the rope, which makes this ring. And that... need to move this out of the way for a second. That is curved here. That would actually be part of this arm because, like I say, when this rings, you pull on the arm to actually ring it, and it would, just to show you what I mean, nope. You pull on this curved arm that's on the back, which is attached to all that section that's lit up in green, and it will ring like that. So this curved arm in the drawing needs to come off this. What angle? About those three. Right, okay. Is that right? This is really not easy to see even for me. Yeah. that looks okay. I'm going to have to attach this arm to these in a minute, otherwise it's going to irritate me. The fact that I'm actually attaching this and not that arm is going to be... What are you doing? Going to irritate the crap out of me. I can stay in line with that. Okay. Now of this, comes the arm. Which is really a pain in the ass to see. Oh god, and it's curved, of course it is. Why is it curved? This bloody bell's gonna take me as long as the actual engine did. Oh, not too much. Again, just like the original arms that hold the bell on, we can worry about thickness once I've got the shape. Whoa, that was wrong. Also, why am I making this 3 wide? There's an extrude on here. Of course there's an extrude on here. Why wouldn't there be? Oh, great. I've got a hidden face. That's annoying. How about now? No, it's gone. It's gone. It's gone, it's gone, it's gone. Right. You make friends with that corner, and you make friends with that corner. Edit mesh. Merge. Everybody's happy. We're not using 3 bloody wide things anymore. You can stop calling me a moron. For now. Oh, so much easier. That's the lazy man's way of doing it. Instead of going round each one, I'm just going to make a load. And slowly twist them into roughly the shape that I want. Oops. Okay. I think I need to pull some of these back a bit and make this curve smoother. Then pull these in. Then we're almost there. A little bit sharper up here, I think. There we go. And that's the bell. Right. I think that's actually the engine done now. The only thing missing would be a coupling between these two, but I'm not entirely sure how that would go. But for now, that's the end of making Casey Jr. So, that's all I've got time for this week. I might come back in another stream and actually make some of the coaches. But for now, that's just the engine. Thank you very much for watching. You like what you've seen? There's a link to the YouTube channel below where this live stream will be uploaded to. There's the other live stream where we actually made the engine up to this point. I upload videos 5 days a week. Stream is basically whenever I can be bothered to do anything. I don't commit to any schedule with that. But if you're watching this on YouTube, there is a link to the stream in the YouTube banner in the About section of my channel and below this video. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you next time.